How y'all doing out there? This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady J, Car Chronicles, somewhat, day before Daddy's Day. And I just wanted to say Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you out there who are fathers, okay? And, one thing I do want to touch on is, everybody that's a daddy is not a father. A father is someone who's there, who has been in their children's lives, has been supportive, who have not ghosted out, um, who has not went on and had fights with baby mama and then they disconnect from the whole pieces of the pie because baby mama and daddy don't get along. Those kids still need you. A father is a true father. A daddy, anybody can sit up there and bang, 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 and woom, 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 and make these babies and consider themselves to be called daddy. There is a difference. But I wanted to say Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you. Some say that our Father's Day go unrecognized. It doesn't hold as much value as Mother's Day. The daddies don't get the recognition as mommies. And I must tell you, I've been looking around. I've been checking some things out. No, we don't see the flowers on the corner. No, we don't see the big propaganda hoo 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 about it, weeks before. Not sure why is that. And I know it's hurtful for some fathers, but do know we appreciate you. I do. And that's the ice cream truck. Y'all remember back in the day when we used to have ice cream truck? You hear it? Yeah, we used to have the ice cream truck. It used to come. This is when I was growing up in the project as a little girl, and we would have our little 25 cents or whatever it is. I'm telling my age, okay? We would have our little 25 cents, no more than 50. I think 50 cents can get you like a big old extravagant ice cream treat, but 25 cents usually did it. You can get your ice cream cone or whatever you're going to get, and we would hear that little ding ding dong dong and run out to the curb. Well, first we'd go ask my mom, please, 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 let me get some money for some ice cream. And sometimes she would say yes, sometimes she would say no, right? And you would go on out there if you got some change, and you would get you your little ice cream. I'm just having a flashback for a minute. You would get your little ice cream truck, ice cream treat, and for y'all, some of y'all that remember, you remember the penny candies. Remember these candies that we go in the store now and buy, and they cost about, I don't know, 5, 10 cent a piece. Little bubble gum, little tootsie roll, little chick. What's that thing called? Chick-a-sick. Um, the little Jolly Ranchers, all that stuff was a penny, right? So if you had 50 cents, 50 cents, you would go down to the corner store and you would fill that bag up with a whole bunch of candy. And if you had a dollar, whoa, you had a massive amount. Those were the good old days, let me tell you. Those were the good old days. Now, shit, you go in the store, you liable to, I don't even know if you can get anything for a penny. Can you? I don't think so. I ain't seen nothing for no penny. But anyway, back to the message at hand. I just had to go there. I just had a flashback. But Father's Day, you know, some of us, just like Mommy's Day, we are not feeling in a good space during this time because it is celebrated, you know, out here, and some are with their dads and they're able to go out and do things and they have dinner or they have family little gatherings or what have you, and some of us don't have our daddies anymore. And I was just having a thought. I was like, man, if you're not married, if your kids' fathers are passed away or just gone away. You don't even know where they're at, you know, and then you have your biological father that's now gone, got his wings. You have your grandparent, your grandfather that got his wings. You have you have your dad that got his wings. You have oh shoot, what was I gonna say? Your stepdad that's been in your life many, many years, like I had one that got their wings. And have you ever watched EDD, and Eddie? No, I never watched Ed and Eddie. Grizzly. So then you, you got your stepdad that has their dad. I mean, that got their wings, and then it starts trickling down. You start having close relatives. Last year I lost my uncle. That was pretty much my last little string of connection. My only uncle left. My uncle, may he rest in heaven and hug and kiss and love on mama and grandmama and everybody up there in heaven, because I know that's where you're at. Um, so you trickle down to, other family members as well. And it's just not the same anymore. I remember I would call my uncle, or he would have a message, Happy Mother's Day, niece, or Happy birthday, niece. You need to call me sometime. And I would call, Hey, Uncle, Happy Father's Day, happy this. And I just miss, having those strong men in my life. I do have a brother. I have a brother that's a father, and I want to give a shout out. Happy Father's Day to my brother tomorrow. And I have two sons. Happy birthday! I mean, Happy Father's Day to my boys as well. They are great daddies. And so this can be a very tender time for some, but we have to, I hate to hear the stories and the discredit in regards to, well, Father's Day just another day. And y'all don't celebrate us. We don't even get recognized. We don't, and I want to let you guys know personally, for me, you do get recognized. You were very much a part in planting that seed and making sure that we became who we are and got here today. Okay? You and mommy both. My mommy carries the baby. Mommy is the nurturer of the child. A lot of times, mom is raising children alone. Nowadays, you have daddies raising children alone. Um, it's more prevalent now than it used to be back in the days. We have a lot of different conditions going on. We have drugs. We have, mommies getting caught up in drugs. Mommies that just don't want to be there anymore. Just lay it down. I don't want to be a mommy here. This is yours. Take it. Um, they may just decide to move out of state or do whatever they do, right? So you have daddy, and they end up incarcerated. So you have fathers that are out here being mommy and dad, the same as mothers have done for years of being mommy and dad. And that is a very difficult, stressful role, because you have to be able to balance and wear both hats. And everyone who comes into your life trying to be a part of your life is not mommy or daddy material. Real talk. They're not. They're just not. Now they gigging you, they digging you, and they there, but they not really feeling the parenting thing. And especially if that child is not their biological child, and that's a whole nother topic for another day. But you will see the differences in how they treat their children compared to your children, and man, is that a hot topic. It should never be a difference like that shown openly, but sometimes it's just a natural thing. If it ain't your seed, it ain't gonna be a major need. Okay, that's just how they do. But I just wanted to take a minute and to give this an acknowledgement to the true fathers out there, the true fathers, the ones who have set the example, who have been there for their children, even when the mothers have tried to not have you there. Because I'm going to tell you, there are some that is just as cuckoo as Cocoa Pop. The fathers that want to be in the children's lives, that want to be part of their child's life, that love their child like no other. You have those who will push that father away because they still love them, they still want them, they bitter, they don't like the fact that they left them, that they with somebody else, whatever the situation, right? It is a big um struggle. It's a struggle. And who suffers? The children suffers because those are very good fathers. And if it's reversed, very good mothers. And you should never push one another away when someone is trying to actively be a part of their child's lives. So I hate that, some are going through that. And I hope that if you are, that gets resolved. And one thing I can say for sure, just keep sprinkling your seeds and being who you are because as they get older, children become and they grow into their own. They grow into their own understanding of things, and especially once they become parents. But they become more attuned and mature about the situation and the things that they observed that they didn't understand back then when they were younger, or they couldn't communicate about it when they were younger. Because why? They were scared. They not gonna tell mama, you wrong, you out of pocket. I want to see my daddy. You shouldn't be dead. No, they just don't know how to really get in the middle of that, or they're scared to do it. So they have to go by the rules of the house and how things get down. But when they become old enough to do the connecting and the communicating and the reaching out and stuff like that to the other parent, they do so. But I wanted to let you guys know that daddies, I don't like to say daddies, but fathers, you are appreciated. You are loved. Keep being the true men that you are. Keep being there for those babies. Keep loving those babies. Keep being that positive role model. And especially, they say, well, boys need their daddies more than daughters. No, they both need. The girls need the daddies just like the boys need the daddy. It's just a different type of need. Our daughters need their daddies, and their daddies is the role model and set the stage of how they will want and need and demand that men treat them. They will have been then learned some things from their good role model of daddy. And they don't want nobody that more. My daddy should. My daddy would have never treated my daddy never treated mama like that. My daddy, he taught me to da 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 da. And those things go a long way. Thank you, Angelo. Those things go a long way. They get the lessons from daddy to be able to go out there and not allow a man to mistreat them, not allow a man to disrespect them, not allow a man to physically or verbal or emotionally scar or try to degrade them in any way. Because why? Bye bye, they gone. My daddy taught me. My daddy, because there's only so much mama can teach her son and her daughter, and there's only so much daddy can teach son. It takes two parents. And when one is missing, because sometimes one is missing, um, and you have no control over that. They could have passed away, they could have just disappeared or whatever. And so you have to become mommy and daddy. And then you have to choose to have the right type of I would say influencers in your life that can also be at a point of being role models, positive role models. And the minute that they show that they not, bye. Because why? It's a package deal. You accept me, you love me, you got to accept my kids and love them. Ain't no in between, ain't no halfway, ain't no I don't really like kids, but I love you. No, not boy bye, girl bye. Okay? Because there's going to be problems later. But I want you daddies, I mean, not daddies, you fathers to know you are loved and appreciated. I want you to have an exceptional day. And so what? There's not roses on every counter. A corner. So what? The restaurants are not all sold out for dinner or whatever. You are still loved. Don't get caught up in how society's norms, do things. We gotta stop that. Even with the holidays that's thrown out there for Valentine's and certain things that they kind of overdo. You have to be focused on doing what's right all the time, all the time. And know in your heart, especially if you're a positive role model, if you've been there for your children, you love your children, and you are the father, the best father that you could be. Because trust me, there's no blueprint, there's no rule book, there's no perfect parent. I don't care what nobody, there's good parents, very good parents, but there's no perfect parent. We all make mistakes and we all learn and grow. And I'll just say this in closing. That's why grandparents, when you become a grandparent, that's why it's different. You'll hear your kids say, "You never did that for me. You never let me do that. You never was this patient with me." We learn and we grow. And by the time you become a grandparent, some of the mistakes and things that you did and didn't do when you were a parent, you've now learned and mature in that aspect. So you're going to do them differently with your grandchildren. And it goes on and on and on. So there's no perfect, but we strive to be the best and do the best that we can. And on that note, happy Father's Day to you wonderful, beautiful fathers out there. Enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and do know you are loved and appreciated.